Alright, so tonight I'm going to be doing a weather birding video focused on southern Ontario. I haven't done this before, but I'm kind of basing it off what Brandon Holden used to do. So like a 1, 2, 3 day forecast for southern Ontario predicting bird migration. So most Ontario birders have probably noticed that the past week's been really actually boring from a migration standpoint. We've been seeing a trickle of birds, so like a scarlet tanager here, a magnolia warbler there, but no big numbers and not that great for mid-May. And this is due in large part to this monster here, this massive high pressure system. And that's been basically sitting over the northeast United States for the past week or more. And from a migration standpoint, this means north winds and cold temperatures for Ontario. And it really can't get any worse than that for spring migration. If birds have a choice, they don't want to fly into a headwind, especially a cold headwind. So migration's been stalled. Like I said, a trickle of birds, but not much. I'm hoping this will change this weekend. The forecast looks really good so far. So I just thought I'd do a brief overview of that. This map is from windy.com. It's a website that has wind, weather, a bunch of neat things. So this is for tonight, the night of the 14th going to the 15th. And yeah, if you look at southern Ontario, we're seeing really light south winds. It's really a mix, like light north, really non-existent winds. And this is a big change from the past week, where it's been fairly strong north. So I know people will think of migration weather as like strong south winds coming in off the Gulf Coast. And yeah, this is true, but like I said, things are delayed by a week, so they want to move regardless of the weather. And they're going to take this opportunity of the first nice night, and they're just going to move. Now, the one thing is there isn't much rain in the way, so places like Point Pelee and Rondo may not be as good. I still think there's going to be a big influx of birds there, don't get me wrong, but not exactly fallout conditions. If we go ahead into Saturday, and if you watch this high pressure, it's going to start moving off east into the Atlantic and eventually dissipating. And this is awesome for us because the high pressure's been blocking south wind. And as you can see going into Saturday night, we're seeing some fairly strong south winds reaching into extreme southwestern Ontario. And this is even better than the previous night. Birds are definitely going to be taking advantage of this and moving into Ontario in numbers. Not really seeing it as like a ultra exciting weather system for like rarities, but in terms of general migration, I think it's going to be amazing. So just like massive numbers of warblers, tanagers, grosbeaks at your local patch. So get out anytime this weekend, especially Sunday onwards. And I think it's going to be great. If I switch over here to a rain map, I have to let load for a second. You can see that there's relatively little rain in the way of the migrating birds. There may be the odd isolated storm along the lake, but in general it's clear skies. So looking farther ahead into midday on Monday, and this really extends into like Monday night, Tuesday, we're still seeing strong south winds, reaching all the way into the province. Again, if we switch over to the rain map, there isn't that much in the way. There's some rain south of us, but I really don't think it'll affect migration too much. So yeah, if you're looking for birds and you've been crying the blues about this past week being bad, this is definitely the weekend to get out birding. Like I said, it's kind of hard to nail down where is going to be the best. People like often think, oh, it's always best at Peely, but that's not always the case. Especially if there isn't rain involved, drop birds down. So yeah, just like a general influx of warblers, all these like later May migrants, neotropic migrants, are going to be coming into Ontario this week. Yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting. So if you have time, get to your local patch and look for birds.